Hey, good morning, everybody. On this Thursday morning, some videos are bigger than others. I would say this is a pretty big deal one because I get to tell you, first of all, about some severe thunderstorms possible, maybe a couple of spin-up tornadoes. Then on the cold air side of this significant storm system, maybe a few snowflakes mixed in with raindrops. Yeah, I think that's possible. Some of us will see that. And I will have to break down the threat level and the timeline. I've got my work cut out for me. Are you ready? Here we go. So there's the storm system this morning, still very disorganized, just pockets of showers which haven't come together yet. Portions of Arkansas, South Mississippi, and then as we make this radar early this morning, you see the showers in our state covering east and southeast Alabama from Columbus, Georgia, down to Troy and Andalusia and Dothan. Here's later on this morning as the main player, low pressure, starts to develop in eastern Texas. That's going to be the big boy that moves on to the northeast. Lots of isobars on this map. Lines of equal pressure, meaning a lot of wind. That's midnight tonight with the low pressure area east of Jackson, Mississippi. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has enhanced risk of severe weather from southwest Alabama through portions of Mississippi and Louisiana. That's a pretty big deal. Much of southwest Alabama, a slight risk, and a marginal risk as far east as Montgomery and, let's say, Ozark and Enterprise through the overnight hours tonight. This is through 6 o'clock in the morning. Here's future radar at 9 o'clock tonight showing extensive area of rain covering north and central Alabama. At midnight tonight, you see the stronger line of storms right there on the Mississippi-Alabama line moving on eastward. That's the line we're going to be watching particularly closely at 3 o'clock in the morning. That looks like a critical hour. Some stronger storms from Birmingham to Selma down to around Pensacola. Moving on eastward, and that's 6 o'clock in the morning, you see the line of storms lined up from about, let's say, Auburn down to around Enterprise and Ozark into Florida. So all modes of severe weather possible with this system. Damaging winds over 60 miles per hour. The risk of some spin-up tornadoes, especially in southwest Alabama. Quarter-size hail, and I hate the fact that it happens overnight. We seem to get a lot of those. I like this timeline from the National Weather Service. They drew a line from about, let's say, Clanton to Selma. And west of that line, let's say 9 p.m. to 3 a.m., that looks good to me. 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. east of that line. So it's going to be a long night, and we're going to be here for you, and hopefully you'll have your weather radios turned on. So sometimes today and tonight in the comment section when you're asking me questions and you don't get an answer right away, it doesn't mean I'm ignoring you. I'm a staff of one. I'm doing the best I can. Sometimes my attention is somewhere else. Every once in a while, I'm going to have to eat, maybe rest somewhere in the next 24 hours. So yeah, I'm going to do the very best I can. I'll be working hard, but again, I'm only a staff of one. Tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, powerful low pressure located near Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Thunderstorms in Alabama, snow and ice up to the north. This is going to be a big deal when it moves to the middle Atlantic coastal region. Here's midnight Friday night on the GFS, printing a rain-snow mixed in through much of central and east Alabama. Maybe a little overdone as far as the coverage area. But okay, I'll go with that. Into the early evening, maybe a few wet flakes of snow mixed in with the rain. 8 o'clock future radar indicating probably a better scenario, indicating that much of that will be in east and northeast Alabama. On Saturday morning, the GFS wants to put a couple of lingering snow flurries. I think it's out of here by then. I think the air is dry by then, but that's what the GFS is saying. So 100% chance of rain and thunderstorms tonight. Today's high 63. Tomorrow is an upside-down day. We're in around 54 in the morning. We're at 45 in the afternoon. Rain to snow, windy, colder. Saturday's low 31, high 44. We'll be in the upper 20s on Sunday morning. There's your rainfall totals, maybe 2.2 inches in Montgomery, some places around 2.6 inches of rain, a significant rainfall amount here. Snow totals up to the west of Washington, D.C., 2 to 3 feet of snow could be an absolute record snowfall, could be one of the biggest of all time in that particular area. Now let's look closer to Alabama. Maybe 2-inch amounts in the higher elevations of northeast Alabama around Fort Payne. Look at some of those snow totals in Mississippi, 5 inches, 4 inches, even 2 around Jackson, Mississippi. I see 10 inches to the northeast of Memphis. That's significant snowfall. So this is going to be a pretty big deal event. Now let's look at temperatures. We get into the low 60s today. You see the blue bars on the bottom? Those are storm systems. So we have the storm system now. We have a little one on Tuesday and another one late next week. So 60s today, then we fall into the upper 20s on Sunday morning, then back into the 60s on Monday and Tuesday. A wild roller coaster ride. And here's the GFS indicating the same thing. The quick cold snap this weekend, then warmer, and then big warming at the end of next week in through the early part of February. Hey, so I'll keep an eye on this storm system, especially later on tonight and overnight tonight and during the daytime hours tomorrow. And there'll be posts here on Facebook, of course, as needed. And for those of you who are on my Twitter feed, don't forget now, any warning issued by the National Weather Service, severe thunderstorm warning, tornado warning, flash flood warning, automatically appears on my Twitter feed. That's a very nice feature. Twitter is very efficient for dispensing weather information quickly and efficiently. And also, if you have any reports to share with me about what's happening in your town, I'm on a real-time chat with the National Weather Service, and I can share that information with them. I hope you have a great day today. I'll talk to you later, okay?
Rich Thomas Weather.